The following is a special presentation from the WKLM Sports Department.
Good evening from the dungeon. Jake Sidle alongside Will O'Donnell getting you set up for some wrestling action as West Holmes Knights host the Indian Valley Braves. We just finished up the middle school meet here, Will. West Holmes in the middle school meet, thanks to a few late forfeits, going to get the victory in that one, 42-40.
Yeah, squeaked that one out. I think the last contested match we saw was at 160 with Indian Valley Wrestler winning over Silas Baker by fall there. Silas was up 3-0, kind of walked into a headlock there in that second period. So we're going to watch Indian Valley's team warm up here. West Holmes, of course, is already warmed up down in their wrestling room. And then we'll see how many JV extra matches that we get in tonight.
So we'll have a few JV matches to start things off, but we're thinking we're going to see a pretty good matchup tonight. Indian Valley, another one of those schools, a strong wrestling tradition.
Yeah, they are, and they've come in here, and we've kind of gone back and forth with them the last few years. I think tonight it's about as evenly matched as you can in a duel. It's really going to come down to just every little swing match, you know. Looking at the lineup tonight, West Holmes does have at least one wrestler out. I saw looks like we're bumping the freshman Easton Ross up to heavyweight for Dylan Sowers. That's a bit of a loss. Sowers has been out this week with that stomach bug, and we'll see how that impacts this duel.
And it's just midway through another busy week for West Holmes wrestling. You come off Saturday and that fourth place finish at the Knights Invitational. You're back here tonight for a dual meet, and then you have the dual state tournament here on Saturday. Yeah,
we're the number 2 seed, I do believe, in that district or that region. There'll be 5 teams competing down at Steubenville, and West Holmes, by being the 2 seed, was able to host, and they're going to face off against Sheridan in the first round, and then they'll probably face, most likely, the 3 seed Miami Trace in that second round.
2 years ago when we carried that here on WKLM, which we will again here on Saturday, Will. It was, I believe, last second kind of dramatic win that sent the Knights to the state dual meet.
It was, and that was it was weird because that was the old format, okay, ran by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Now this is back in the hands of the Coaches Association. So we'll see what this looks like. They're running a little different. It used to be an opportunity for every team to kind of get in per their choosing and compete and try to make that run. Now with the Coaches Association, they basically take the top 8 from each district and have them compete.
So a little bit different, but we'll have that on Saturday here on WKLM, and we got one more dual meet, I believe, next week to wrap up our home broadcast schedule.
Yeah, I think they got the what they call the Super Try. I'm not sure who else involved in the Super Try this year, but that'll be nice. It'll be a Tuesday night, and I believe that'll be senior night. So we'll get the 3 seniors, Roberts, McCluggage, and Cole Porter. They'll get a chance to walk out there across the mat with their parents and be recognized for their accomplishments this last 4 years.
So we'll also have that one for you here on WKLM, but back to the matter at hand tonight, the Indian Valley Braves, and like you said, at least one guy going to be missing tonight, but this is kind of a good tune-up as we inch closer to the OCC meet, and of course the tournament meet starting to come this way.
Yeah, it's a good quality duel. I mean, looking around here, you see the names of that Indian Valley roster littered with some names that they've had in that program for a long time. So, sometimes matches like this, the swing matches matter. Winning by pin when you're capable of it, and not getting beat by a pin when maybe they're capable of it. Little things like that can shave a point here or two, and you wrestle these things a little differently maybe than you do a tournament as far as how you coach it throughout the match as well.
And I think the goal is always to go out there and win these dual meets, Will. But I think Coach Scott Vaughn, you come out here, you have some good matches, especially in some of those swing matches, he'll be happy.
Yeah, and I think you want to, like you said, we got a big weekend coming up with the state duels and hosting that. At this point in the season, it's about building momentum, and getting yourself healthy, getting yourself ready, taking all the things you know how to do at a high level and just kind of fine-tuning them. because that's what's going to take you through that sectional, through that districts, and hopefully to state.
And as we continue to get ready today, we'll give you a quick reminder that tonight's coverage is brought to you in part by our sponsors, Critchfield Law Firm, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Denco Marketing, Home Siding Contractors, Holmes Wayne Electric, Kaufman Realty and Auctions, Pomeranian Hospital, Millersburg Electric, Keim Home Center and Charm, Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Siding Supply, Roadies, IJ Marketplace, Premier Pharmacy, Hobbards Insurance, and Finish Line Auto Body. And, of course, our man of the match tonight brought to you by Boldy Dogs Towing and Recovery. The most outstanding wrestler from West Holmes tonight going to walk away $25 in Bell Source gift cards, as well as a T-shirt courtesy to our friend JB over at Boldy Dogs Towing and Recovery.
Yeah, JB Barton kind of stepped up for us Saturday because we really couldn't decide. We had we had three champs. We had just two outstanding performances by Hunter McCluggage and Dixon. We just, so we basically gave it to him to both of them, called an audible there, and got on the horn with JB and said, hey, can you get one more gift card and one more shirt out to us? And tell you, he didn't bat an eye about doing it. He was all about it. So, glad that he's willing to support this program and these kids.
Yeah, thanks so much. And if you haven't seen some of his Facebook Live videos when he's going out to calls, they are very entertaining. So we'll go ahead, take a quick time out here. We'll come back and get you set up for this matchup between the Braves and the Knights here on WKLM. Back in the dungeon, Jake Sidle, Will O'Donnell with you. Our producer tonight is Natalie Holbrook and Abby Jones, our videographer, as we're getting set for some JV matchups, Will.
Yeah, we'll see who it looks like. This looks like Chris D'Alessandro for West Holmes coming out. He's a freshman. Not sure what weight class they'll call this. I think we've seen Chris wrestling around 144, maybe even 150. So we'll try to listen for the public address announcer and see if he gives a name as a wrestler gets ready to take the mat for Indian Valley.
Well, we'll see. They're saying it's 106 on the scoreboard.
Well, yeah,
I'm no mathematician, but
that's a pretty big 106.
It's a pretty big 106.
And we'll go now with our junior varsity matchup here. This will be in about a 150-pound matchup.
150 pounds.
It'll be Kanan Gruel, and wrestling for West Holmes is Chris D'Alessandro. And this is 150-pounders junior varsity.
Kanan Gruel, he weighed in at 138.8 for this one.
Gets in on a single, switches off to a double. Gets a nice lift there. Going to put him up 3-0 in the first 15 seconds. Going to kick him out and go right back to his feet. Another single leg. Switching off to a double again. See if he can finish this. D'Alessandro did a nice job defending it that second time. A little shot of his own there. He's got to kind of raise up here if he can. See if he can come out. Driving up into it. No points yet. He's got to pop that head out. There it is. It's going to put him up 4-3 after the escape and then the takedown. Much better job defending that shot the second time.
Yeah, it looked like Gruel was really trying to get another one of those lifts in there, and he just did a great job getting underneath him.
The first time he shot that single and he switched off pretty quickly to a double and was able to lift D'Alessandro. The second time, Chris did a better job getting his hips down and keeping some pressure on the head and was able to beat the shot. And then a good reshot of his own. He's still in control here. He's the top wrestler. Even though Gruel's got his leg, there's no loss of control. Chris looks like he's trying to bunch up a cradle here. Trying to run that head to the knee. If he can do that, it won't matter if he holds his leg. Looks like he's got it. He's trying to post that foot and push back with it. He's got about 10 seconds left to try to work this turn. Coach telling him just to hold him there if he can. Down to 5 seconds. Okay, he's going to get out of that period with a 4-3 lead.
That's one of those ones, if he had a little bit more time there, he had a chance to maybe turn him, get a few back points.
Yeah, he had that cradle locked. He looked like he was a little unsure of how to take that back and secure the back points. That's just something, sometimes you got to get in that position in practice and work through it. So in a match, it's kind of instinctive. But they're going to go on their feet here to start the second.
Well,
got a caution for foot not being on the starting line there. You get 2 of those before you get hit with a penalty point.
I'm not surprised to see Grell want to go to his feet. He had 2 good shots.
Yeah, and he's in on one again, but he's kind of pulling it across his body. It's not there. He's got to step up, try to turn the corner. There you go. Chris still fighting that. He's bundling the arms, kind of staying heavy on the head. You can see he's kind of arching his back into him, just kind of fighting that shot. That's the second time he's been able to defend that double leg. There's no points yet here.
It looked like he's almost had a chance to get around him for another takedown, a few of those.
Yeah, I thought he did there for a second when he had him down on the mat, but if we stay in this much longer, we'll probably see a stalemate.
There it is.
Yep. They'll go back to their feet at the center, and it's 4-3 still D'Alessandro.
I had to remember which side of the mat he was lining up on.
It's kind of weird when you look at a dual meet. The way it's usually set up is if your coach is on this side, you want to start facing your coach for instruction. So you would think he'd come out and be on the side of his team, but he actually go around to the other side of the circle. Chris with a little shot there. Gruel beats it. Chris trying to walk up into it. He's doing it. He's just got to rotate now and keep going around behind. Referee's going to watch that knee. There it is. He's going to call potentially dangerous. Return them to their feet. Still 4-3 D'Alessandro.
I was going to say, it started to look like you were getting right back into stalemate territory there, too, the way they were both just latched onto each other's leg.
Yeah, Chris was in a good position. I felt like if he'd have just kept rotating quickly, I think he could have got behind and got that backside leg and secured the takedown. Another good hard shot. Kind of timed that one up as Chris was reaching. I think he's going to finish this one. Kind of got Chris reaching there and kind of changed level, went underneath his hands. Ooh, got to watch here on the edge. Don't get turned. Now they're out of bounds. Yep. 24 seconds. Score is 6-4 Gruel for Indian Valley. And D'Alessandro's got choice after this, so let's see if he can get one escape right here before the end of the period. And Gruel right to that half.
Did a good job to get that arm out.
It's got about 5 seconds here. Big decision for them coming up here. I'm not so sure they're going to put him underneath. He didn't really show you anything right there that gave you hope that he was going to get away.
It actually looks like it's going to be Wes Holmes' decision here.
Well, Coach Vaughn's, and Coach Vaughn's going to put him down.
He's got one escape.
Well, I think that first one was Gruel kind of kicking him out after that quick double leg. I think Gruel probably thought, well, I can do that again. And, of course, that didn't work out for him. So Chris needs to get a good first move here on bottom and get himself up.
D'Alessandro just picked up his second caution.
Yep. Next one will be a point. He needs to pay attention to it now. Chris got to come up here. Now you got to fight the hands. You got to fight hands. Don't let him take you out of bounds. Chris needs he just needs a good explosive first move right here from this referee's position. This is your best opportunity as a bottom wrestler to get away. Gruel does a good job of keeping pressure out on that head. He runs what we call a spiral ride, and he's kind of putting the pressure on the head, making it hard for Chris to come up. Oh. Got to belly up here. You're in a little bit of trouble. Don't let go of that head. That's not helping you. There you go. He got to his feet that time. That's twice. One time Gruel took him off the mat. The second time he was able to return him. There you go. Keep working up. No. Don't turn in like that. It's tempting, but you don't want to do it because you're exposing yourself. I don't think he's going to get the arm back this time. He's going to get some near fall points. Just some experience there, some young rookie mistakes there. He was in a decent position, looked like he was going to get up to his feet. He got tempted. He just kind of turned in, and when you do that, you're kind of exposing yourself. So just things you point out on film as a coach, and you go back to the room and you work on it.
Overall, though, we did see some good things out of him.
Yeah, I did. I saw some good shot defense. I saw a couple good finishes when he got his chance. I like that reshot when he beat Gruel's second double leg. I think some work on that bottom wrestling is really going to go a long way for him. I think we're going to see Cohen Wilson coming out here probably around 215.
215-pounders on the junior varsity side. For the Braves, it's Garrett O'Connor.
So this will be Garrett O'Connor.
Cohen Wilson.
Of course, we saw Wilson wrestle Saturday.
Had a good showing out of
it. Yeah, he did. He wrestled well. I think he went 3-2 maybe.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, on the day, and wrestled well. One of his losses was to one of the top seeds in his bracket in pool, and he was actually winning 14-2 after the first period, and kind of made a mistake on top and got caught and paid the price. So we'll see if he can pick up where he left off. He did a lot of this Saturday, that fireman's carry, and he kind of hits a little barrel roll out of it. He got a lot of back points on that Saturday. It's kind of become a little go-to takedown for him. So it'll make it 3-1. You like to see that when you finish that, keep that arm and turn that into back points. It can easily be a 6-7 point move. Raising up here a little bit. He's got to kind of turn the corner. Could be 6-1 Wilson. Trying to dig that arm bar in there. Gonna let him go. He's got a lot of time. He's got about a minute still to work for that third takedown. Kind of grow that lead here. You know, so one of the things these young guys have to learn when on their feet, just because a takedown works once, doesn't mean you're always going to go to that a second, third time. Guys are going to make adjustments. Guys are going to key into that and clue into it, and they're going to start defending it. So you got to have something that you can work off of that move, something that's a continuation from it.
I think that's pretty much the third different kind of takedown we've seen Wilson work today. We saw the fireman carry. We saw one that was almost like a little bit of a broken
there. He's
scrum
back to that fireman's carry. That's where I like to see him keep that arm, and he does. So that's his fourth takedown. He's going to get 4 back points. He's got about 2 seconds to try for this fall.
And he got it at the buzzer.
I think they're going to give that to him because I think that arm was coming down before the buzzer ever went off, and he's talking to the scorer's table. We'll see what they say.
The winner with a fall in 2 minutes.
And he's going to give it to him. So Wilson, 4 takedowns. He secures the fall at the buzzer, all in 1 period.
A good job by him there, and I think we're going to see a lot of great things out of that young man as the years go on.
Yeah, we got some kids in those upper weights. The freshman Ross, the sophomore Wilson. We got some young guys coming up. Lincoln Gones is only a sophomore. I mean, we got some good established juniors in those upper weights, but I think some of these young guys are going to continue to improve, and it's going to make that one of the strengths of our lineup, I think, in the coming years.
They'll be introducing the wrestlers here for each squad. Looks like West Holmes might pick up a couple of forfeit wins just based on the formation there. And I think, again, we're in for a very competitive matchup here.
I agree. I think forfeits will be huge because I think this match is tight enough that 1 or 2 forfeits, that's 6 points in a dual meet. That counts like a pin, so that'd be big. And looking out there, I only saw maybe 12 kids out there of what should have been 14 for Indian Valley.
So it'll be interesting to see how these 2 squads match up here. And out of those 2 JV matches, what did you kind of see out of both those?
What's that?
The 2 JV matches. I know we saw some things that could be improved on, but again, we saw some,
I think in the D'Alessandro match, the thing that stood out to me was he had good shot defense on his feet, but he looked a little uncomfortable on bottom, a little unsure of what to do. When he got to his feet, he got returned twice, and then made a kind of a rookie mistake, turning into the guy like he did. Wilson, to me, looks like an exceptional wrestler on his feet for a 215-pounder, and that's something really to build on, I think, as a wrestler. If you can win on your feet, obviously with the option to take neutral for the second period with 3 points now for a takedown, you can win a lot of matches that way.
So they're introducing the lineups here. I think we'll go ahead and step aside for our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem is brought to you by the Holmes County Veterans Service Center in Millersburg.
For the Braves, it'll be Grayson Truex. And wrestling for the Knights, Cole Porter. 190 pounds for Indian Valley. Will be forfeiting. For West Holmes, it'll be Cam McLuggage. At 215 pounds for the Braves, it's Jackson Burke.
Well, they finished up the coin toss. We're going to get ready for wrestling to go here. And, folks, I did want to mention that Peyton Hudson once again performed the national anthem before the middle school match started. We were not on the air yet, but she's done a fantastic job every time she's been out here.
Yeah, if you've ever had the chance to hear her, you know what we're talking about. If you haven't, boy, get out to a match and check her out because she really can belt that out. It's fun to listen to.
I have a feeling we'll see her doing that before some of her softball games again this spring as well.
So she's a softball player, isn't she?
She's a softball player. She sang a few right before we started in the spring, and we're going to get we're looking forward to that. But we've still got winter sports tournaments to get through before we get there. 106-pounders here. It's Crab for West Holmes. I can't remember who they announced for Indian Valley. Bodie Raymond at 106 for the Braves.
Okay, of course, we've talked about Crab, obviously, throughout the year. He's just a sophomore and just a second-year wrestler. Flurries exceptionally well in these scrambles, these things like this where it could be anybody's point. Seems to have the knack for popping his hips up and kind of winning those, but still just working through some newness to the sport. You know, he's getting better every week. Every time I see him, he looks more technically sound, and I think that's going to continue. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch for the next 2.5 years.
I think last year we saw him in his first match. He ended up getting a pin in that one.
He did.
But, you had a few locking hands calls, a few cautions, but he was learning.
That's a growing pains that a new wrestler works through, especially on top. You know, they're going to lock hands. They're going to throw full Nelson once in a while. But you know, I haven't seen that this year from Crab. This year, I've seen him, you know, tremendous growth in that way, and he's still a 106-pounder. He's a kid that I could see possibly wrestling 106 again next year and really making a deep tournament run for the Knights. Gave up that first takedown. It's kind of working off bottom here. Maybe just needs to get back to his feet and secure one here. Good job there by the Indian Valley wrestler as he came up picking that ankle. Got about 30 seconds here in the period. 3-0 Indian Valley. Crab's got about 15 seconds. He's worked up to his feet. Just need to get the one. There we go.
1 point is 8-1 Crab of West Holmes.
That's a good job by Raymond of Indian Valley, though, and I think we've seen this. Crab, when he's had to work on the bottom early in a match, doesn't always have that explosiveness when he gets to the third period.
You know, I think a lot of times where Crab's the most dangerous is when you see him on his feet and he gets in those 50-50 situations where both guys got something, both guys are kind of rolling around, and he's just like a cat, just as a way of landing on his feet and popping up and winning those. And that, you know, is what we've seen. But so far the Indian Valley wrestlers kind of kept that in check. Shot right off the whistle. Crab's got to be ready. We're going to get a potentially dangerous, luckily for him, on that knee being bent. But he's got to be awake here when he puts his foot on the line. There we go.
Almost looked like Raymond was expecting the quick shot off the whistle that time.
Yeah, you always got to be ready. Some guys will catch you sleeping like that. Raymond do a good job here working on Crab, working over the head.
He's been saved by the out-of-bounds line a few times.
Yeah, that was dangerous right there. If he could have kept even 1 foot in, he would have had some near-fall points there on that move. Crab hasn't really gotten off what I would consider to be a quality shot yet. Most of the shots have been by Raymond, and there's another one. That's a good solid finish to make it 6-1. Of course, most of the bodies are out of bounds, but there's still a foot in. Raymond's got an arm bar there. See if he can pull Crab back in.
Almost pulled that foot out. Now it is.
There it is.
Wrestlers out of bounds.
Crab's done a decent job on bottom. He's kind of balled up, and he's fought for that hand that he feels hanging over his head, and then he kind of slowly works himself back up to his feet. We'll see if Raymond continues to wrestle on the mat with him or if he kicks him out soon. Oh, he's locked up a cradle there. You got to fight these hands. Still got it locked. And he is hip to hip here. Crabb took it over his own head. That was good. Squares up, gets away. That was good. He was locked up in a cradle, and Raymond got to the other side, what we call hip to hip. He was going to take that back for a near fall, and Crabb took that hand and kind of passed it over his head. Good little piece of technique there.
I thought for a second he was going to get the chance for the reversal.
He's on his feet, but unfortunately he hasn't been able to get anything going on his feet. Most of his offense has been counters to Raymond's leg attacks.
He's got 15 seconds in the period.
And you better watch her. Whew. Saved by the edge again. 6-2 though. This lead's continuing to grow. Another shot off the whistle. That's twice he's winning on that. Crabb's got to fight this. He's only got about 6 seconds left.
He almost got around him again there.
Yep, 9-2 now. And it's going to be Raymond's choice, I believe, to start the third.
You know, then I think about that first match from Crabb last year. Was that against
I think
Indian
it was
Valley?
against Indian Valley, yeah.
Knights are choosing bottom.
I think it was, and that was a duel that West Holmes eked out right at the end. And, you know, a win like that for Crabb that day really was a catalyst for us. It's too bad it didn't come at the end of the night, you know, instead of the first match of the night. It's 9-2 as we go into the third.
Crabb's going to pick up a caution here.
Just a little improper starting position again. Trying to chin him back there. No back points, but close. Right now it's a 9-2 lead, so that's 7 points. That would be a regular decision. He needs to get it to at least 8 to get a major decision and secure another team point for the Braves. You get 3 points for decision in high school wrestling. You get 4 for a major, 5 for a tech fall, and of course 6 for the pin. And he had another cradle locked up there and was underneath Crabb's near leg, and he's still trying to dig in. You can see Crabb pass that arm over his head a second time. It's got him flattened out. I'd love to see him kind of get behind him here and secure the reversal. He's got to return him. He does. Nice job by Crabb there, fighting that cradle a second time.
It looks like Raymond might be a little bit out of steam
Well,
here.
we'll see. Crabb's got to get off his knees, though. He's got to keep a weight on him. He's trying to run a cross-face cradle of his own. But he's sitting on his knees. That's not the greatest position as a top wrestler.
I'd almost kick him here. You're down by 5, 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know. He's been taken down 3 times. I'm not sure if Coach Vaughn probably in this situation might be happy just to lose by a regular decision and not give up any bonus points. No change yet. Second Granby, and that time he catches him. That's going to be a reversal too. He's going to have 4. He's got 4 back points along with it, so that's going to make it 15-4. As Crabb fights that off. Unfortunately, that's going to make it a major with 5 seconds to go. He hit 2 consecutive Granby rolls, we call it. The first one Crabb was able to follow. The second one he couldn't, and he turned that into a 7-point move.
Voting Raymond of Indian Valley. That now makes the team score Braves 4, Knights 0.
So it's a 4-0 lead in the team score for Indian Valley.
For the Braves, it's Bronco Braun, and for the Knights.
And Bronco Braun going to come out here.
Yeah, and if you look at that weigh-in sheet, I think I saw 4 or 5 names, all the same last name, Braun. So word is from Natalie that there's some pretty tough kids over there at Indian Valley, so we'll see.
She might be just a little bit biased.
She might be. That's a good hard double leg he hit on Liam. Of course, Liam Angle, a freshman, wrestling 113 this year for us.
Had some pretty good matches on Saturday in the Knights invite. A lot of them didn't go the way he wanted them to.
They didn't, but I'll tell you what, he had a tough weight class. That was a good pool. He's in there with a lot of state-ranked kids. And one thing for Liam, you know, he's going to battle. And he understands the sport. He's been doing it for a long time. His dad was a wrestler out here. And, you know, his day's going to come to dish it out. Just last weekend he ran into some buzzsaws. Doing a good job fighting hands, trying to work up there. This is one of those situations. That first takedown was so easy for Braun. I think I would have kicked him and gone right back on the attack that way.
Fights him back inbounds.
You look at Liam there, he's doing a good job. He feels that arm bar, kind of rolls that wrist. He's kind of hipping down, looking away, fighting that pressure. He's got an arm bar here. He's really going to have to work to fight it because it's deep. Got his hip on it. And he gets the fall at 1:21 into the first period. And that's going to put Indian Valley up 10-0 right out of the gates.
So not the way you want the first two matches to go if you're West Holmes.
No, we'll see what's going on here. We'll see who West Holmes. This should be Peyton Martin, I believe.
And we'll go now 120-pounders wrestling for Indian Valley. It's Beckett Swaldo.
So it'll be Beckett Swaldo for Indian Valley.
Yep, of course, Peyton Martin, junior, one of our 3 champions at the Knights Invite just this past Saturday. Probably closing in on 30 wins for the season, Peyton is. Nice takedown. Little single leg, turns the corner, looking over to his coach. I think he's going to cut him. So it's 3-1 now.
Escape to Swaldo of Indian Valley. Wrestlers are back neutral.
And Peyton had some battles Saturday. His last one to secure that championship. He scored, I think, 5 points in the third period to come back and win against a state-ranked wrestler. He carried him about 2/3 of the way across the mat there, so that's good.
Looks like a human wheelbarrow there for a second.
Yeah, I think he's going to kick him again. He's got 2 takedowns, and we're only about 50 seconds into the match.
Well, he kicked him the first time, and then...
Yep, we're going to go back to the center with 1:11. That's 6-2. A couple good single legs here Peyton's got off. You look at Peyton, he's very comfortable shooting from outside a tie-up. He'll get in there, he'll tap and go. He'll feel you reaching, he'll change that level and get that shot off. Just like that. Now he switches off to a barrel roll. Keep that arm, it can become back points.
Thought he had him there. I just don't think
he's still in a good position here. Get that backside wrist. Kind of reach over the head. Get up on your toes and walk. There you go. He's going to have 4, so it'll be a minimum 13-2 if he doesn't secure the fall. Of course, Coach Woods would love to see that pinpoint. I think you need something tighter than that. There you go, right to a good old half. Look up, there it is.
At 120 pounds, the winner with the fall at 1:40, Peyton Martin.
So 140 for the win in that one.
That's going to cut into that lead, make it 10-6.
It'll take us to 126.
Up now will be 126-pounders for the Braves. It's William Holland, and wrestling for West Holmes, Gabe Umstead.
Of course, we saw Umstead Saturday. He placed in that tournament. I think he wrestled for 5th and 6th. And he put together, I think it was 3-1 maybe in his pool, and came through. Wrestled really well. Lost to the #1 seed in his weight in this pool action, like maybe 10-6. He's a junior. Wrestled a lot of varsity for us last year. Kind of get controlled right now by that underhook here by the Braves. Got to grab that wrist. Know where you're at here. Nothing yet. No points awarded. Still got a whizzer in. That helps you. No points yet.
Holland, he's gotten him down. He just hasn't had control.
He kind of dove underneath there, Umstead did, and he's able to secure a leg. Still no points been awarded here. This is a wild flurry here. Referee's kind of keeping an eye on everything. Holland's finally going to work his way around and get hip to hip.
Takedown, Holland, Indian Valley.
Got a little high there. Still got Umstead's leg. Slap and a half on you. Got to look away. There we go. Ooh, kind of slipped off again. Ooh, we're going to get a slam there. Maybe?
Just potentially dangerous.
All right. A little out of control there, Holland is. I mean, I think that's something to, if you're Umstead, stay patient, keep your calm, because he's going to give you an opportunity to catch him wrestling that style.
Well, Umstead going to pick up the caution for not being set up correctly.
I've seen a few of those tonight already.
Umstead's been able to get to his
He's been able to get up, but he hasn't had hand control each time. So he's always been given a leg or something up to Holland, and he's been returned to the mat. He's been returned forcefully and very awkwardly, you know, just. This time maybe he's going to get away. There we go. With 7 seconds left. That's a big escape. Big escape. I wouldn't be afraid to put Umstead back on bottom after seeing that. See what he chooses. He'll probably defer.
West Holmes' choice, they defer. Braves choosing bottom.
I'll tell you, we've watched Umstead quite a few times. He's one of those kids, I think we talked about it Saturday. As the match goes on, to me, he looks like he gets stronger. His conditioning's exceptional.
I'm interested to see what he looks like on top here. First time we're going to see Holland on bottom.
Oh, going for that tilt right away. Scoop it with that leg. There we go. He's got back points.
That'll make it 5-3 when the hold's broken.
Yep, gave him 4. A little lift of his own here. Oh, go right out to the head, Umstead. No loss of control. They're going to still return to the previous position, which would be the Indian Valley wrestler on bottom. Hit that nice tilt. See if he can go back to that.
It almost looked like Umstead said, oh, you're going to lift me up, you're going to throw me down.
Two can play at that game, huh? Okay.
Good job by Holland there. Came down out of control, but
yeah, and he kind of made the same mistake D'Alessandro made. He turned into his wrestler and almost was running head to the knees, looking for a cradle here. Keep going, stay heavy on the head. He's got it locked. Well, I guess reset here. You're a little high. That was a good cradle he locked up. He just took it over a little too fast.
Wrestlers are back neutral.
Surprised he didn't even have a 1 count on that.
No, it was close. It just, yeah, he had it locked up. That was a great opportunity he missed on that one. It's 5-4 right now. And he's going to give up the takedown, so it's going to go to 7-5 here with 40 seconds left. Advantage Indian Valley.
Really, each wrestler, it's more been a mistake they've made that has opened up the door for their opponent.
And even right there, giving that escape up on the edge, you got to know where you're at. So it's 7-6. Umstead's down 1. Another good shot. Keep rotating. Nothing yet. No points have been awarded. You know where you're at here. Keep at. He's got that leg. Like I said, Holland just feels a little out of control to me. You know, in his positions. He's aggressive, he's forceful, but he's kind of high sometimes, and he gets himself in awkward positions. And the period's going to end up 7-6 there, and this will be Umstead's choice. My guess is he'll go down. Yep, and he's gotten away at least once, maybe twice, so I feel good about that. I think he can even this match up at 7 here.
I'd love to see him take just a real aggressive move right off the jump here.
Yeah, I just had this weird feeling that Umstead's going to catch him, that there's going to be a mistake made. He's going to catch him to his back. Nice little stand-up. Got to get hands, though. See where he got that leg again. You've got to have hand control. Bad things happen. There you go. He takes that hand off, puts it on the other side of his head. Does a nice job squaring up. Keep rotating to it. He's going to tie it up here at 7 with that escape. We got 1:30 left. Tell you what, Holland's aggressive.
Umstead just doing everything he can to fight off these shots.
Yeah, that's a good little single leg shot. See if he can finish it. See if he has room. Right to a lift here. Cracks back on it. I feel like he's okay still. He's got the leg covered. If he can pop his head out, he can cover this. We're at about a minute. They're
going to give it to him.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure who they gave the takedown to. They said Umstead. He's got to pop his head out here. I see what he wants to do. He wants to kind of headhunt. He's swimming with that right arm. Oh, get the back points here. There we go. Chest to chest. We can finish this with 30 seconds. Umstead going for the fall. He's in great position. Oh, I feel like the umpire didn't get down in time.
15 seconds.
Get in position. There it is. There was the mistake. He needed that one mistake, and you can tell Umstead when he wrestles, he doesn't tire. He keeps coming. He keeps coming. And he was up 10-7. He would have got 4 for the near fall, but he finishes it with the pin, and that's going to put West Holmes up 12-10.
And that's a huge win right there. We talked about these swing matches.
Yeah, and that was one of them. That's one when you look back on it, it could have went either way. And the last thing you would have wanted was for it to end in a pin. You would have thought maybe a decision either way, but Umstead finishes that match strong. And we're going to see Roberts come in here, A.J. Roberts.
Boston Braun.
Yep, another one of the Brawns out there. Roberts, one of our 3 seniors. We didn't get to see him wrestle Saturday. He was one of our guys that was a little under the weather. Something got into that wrestling room. We had 3 or 4 guys sick. So this is another big matchup here for Indian Valley. AJ's in on this. See if he can trip this backwards. It's got Braun in a little bit of trouble. Braun's kind of over top of him with that Merkel. He's able to slip out of it. Returns Roberts, going right for a cross-face cradle right away. Just trying to run head to the knee. It's a kind of a staple for the Indian Valley wrestling team over the years, is going to that cross-face cradle. You see that down in that area of Tuscarawas County. People running that.
And that's just out in the streets, not even.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll be honest. It started with Claymont. You know, Yorksville Claymont was just famous for that hold, and it brought them a team title and a lot of success over the last 20, 30 years. And a lot of schools in that area realized, hey, if you're hitting it on us, there must be something to it. And they learned it, and here it is. They're using it. Roberts got a blessing there. He got called out of bounds, and
I think they're just going to say all feet were in the air at one point, no supporting limbs in there.
Yeah, he's lucky on that because it was locked up tight, and he was going to be in a strong position to hold it.
And I'm not sure if you heard that from our referee, but improper lineup for the 4th or 5th time tonight.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if it's happened 5 times, 4 of those have probably been on the West Holmes wrestlers. Lock that cradle up like he did on the edge. But this time he's got plenty of mat. And he's got the knee in the ribs. He's stacking it up. It's not looking good. There it is. Indian Valley people thought that should have been called maybe 15 seconds earlier, and I don't know if I could disagree with them. That was pretty tight.
I'll just say what I normally do there. If you are interested in becoming official, go to OHSAA.org. We need more.
Yep. I'll tell you what, it's been 3 pins now in a row ever since that match for Crab. 4. And it's just back and forth, and Indian Valley takes the lead 16-12.
Now the 138-pound weight class for the Braves. It's Aiden Braun. And for West Holmes.
So it'll be another Braun here, this time Aiden.
This will be the 3rd one. And I think there's one more coming up in the lineup tonight. He's wrestling Ian Doherty, sophomore. Gets right in on that single leg. Covers right at the edge. And here it comes. You see that arm coming, grabbing the back of that tricep, and they just get heavy on it. and run it right to the knee. It's well coached. It's obviously a staple in that room, something they show and something they work on. And he's got Ian in a lot of trouble. You look how he's got that knee in the ribs. That's by design. That's to stack that kid, and that's so that kid can't roll back into you. And that's a good technique. And that's going to make it 22-12. Jake, at this pace, you can call your wife and tell her you'll be home for dinner, and it won't be cold.
We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah, we got Oliver Hiller, the freshman, coming up.
And we'll go 144 pounds now for the Braves. It's Brett O'Connor. And for the Knights, Oliver Hiller.
So this will be O'Connor for the Braves and Hiller for the Knights. Hiller, a freshman.
He really had a rough go of it in the 106 class on the Knights Invitational on Saturday, but he showed some promise. Saw a few good moves out of him in there.
Yeah, he does. And I'll tell you what, when you're a freshman wrestling 144, that's a lot different than being a freshman wrestling 106, man. You're not wrestling other freshmen, maybe that sophomore every now and then. You're wrestling juniors and seniors, and you're wrestling guys that, frankly, in our sport, right around 44, 50, 57. Those are just some of the toughest weight classes out there from an athletic standpoint too. So Hiller gonna take his lumps, earn his chops this year, but he's gonna be a good wrestler for the Knights for a long time. He gives up that first takedown to O'Connor. O'Connor working an arm bar. Haven't seen an Indian Valley do an arm bar for a little while here. Everything's been cross-face cradle, and it's been pretty effective. Got a minute left in the period.
I will say if Hiller gets back up on his feet, we've seen him do a lot of good things on his feet.
Well, he's in one of those cradles. You better watch here. You better control the hand. As you see, O'Connor jumped over to that side so he can get hip to hip, and then the idea is to fall back with it. Hiller's doing a nice job holding on to that hand. Got about 30 seconds left in the period. Good job there by Hiller to work up out of that. That's a good series. Kept that hand the whole time. Didn't let him lock that cradle up, and then just kind of rotated his feet and his hips away from it as he came up. That's a good piece of technique by the freshman. He's got about 10 seconds. He wants to keep it here at 3-1. Don't give up any more takedowns. Ooh, nice little shot. He had a good shot there. Not enough time to work it on the edge, but all in all, not a bad period for Hiller.
So they're going to go neutral again here. And like I said, Hiller really good on his feet. It's, part of that I'm going to credit that. We say a lot of times some of these guys that are linemen come in here. We see the football field come on. I think his ability on his feet is what we see him do on the soccer pitch.
Yeah. Kind of took a shot that was a little straight in, a little far away. He's going to pay for it. He's going to give up a go behind. O'Connor going right back to that cradle. He's trying to be heavy on the head, and Hiller's done a good job of grabbing that hand, not letting him lock that up. You see how he's doing it again here. As a bottom wrestler, you got to recognize, and you just got to get both your hands on one of his and just try to peel that off. Put it on the other side of your head so he can't lock it up. Right there. See how he's trying to pass it? That's what you got to do. Now he's a little high. I think he's got O'Connor in a little bad position here. He's got an opportunity to maybe shake him off and maybe catch him. Now he kind of settles back in, working a power half. Kind of feeding that through. If he can stretch this out, keep pushing it through, he's got a chance for a near fall. There's that cradle again. Might have it locked this time. Ooh, a little high. A little high. You can hear Hiller grabbing by the head. He was trying to pull him off. And O'Connor a little high on his hips there. Got about 25 seconds here. O'Connor has gotten these takedowns And then rather than kick and try to grow this lead, he's been content to work on top and try to turn Hiller. And Hiller's been able to keep himself in the match by kind of just playing some good defense underneath. Let's see if he can do it for about another 10 seconds here. And get out of this period, and he'll have choice. Okay, 6-1 at the end of 2.
Reminder that our coverage tonight brought to you in part by Critchfield Law Firm, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Denco Marketing, Holmes Siding Contractors, Holmes Wayne Electric, Kaufman Realty and Auctions, and Pomeranian Hospital. And our Bully Dog Towing Man of the match is going to go to our most outstanding wrestler for West Holmes tonight. They'll get a T-shirt, a $25 Bell Bucks gift card, courtesy of Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery.
Oh, nice shot, Hiller. A good penetration on that shot. He's just got to string that together. The penetration's one thing, then you got to bring that trail leg up, you got to turn the corner and put that takedown together. Gives up another go behind, and it's going to be 9-1. Now he's going to let him go. He's going to try to get this major decision, because right now it's at 7.
Wrestlers are back neutral.
9-2. We got about a minute 10 left.
Looks like Hiller just running out of gas, being underneath that whole basically first and second period.
Yeah, O'Connor just looks a little stronger in those positions. Hiller's gotten good penetration. Those are shots that I think he can probably finish when he's wrestling another freshman. But right now he hasn't been able to turn those shots into points. So 12-3 here. That's a 9-point lead. He's going to get another go behind here.
He might be thinking more than just maybe.
Well, he's got it at 15-3. He's up 12. Yep, he's going to try to get 2 more takedowns. He needs 2 more takedowns, and if he can do that, he'll get that tech fall. And if you're Hiller, well, he gives that takedown. Now you're going to kick him. You can see the Indian Valley kids on his sign, and his coach is saying kick him, get 1 more takedown. And if you're Hiller, oh, I don't think he kicked him. They're not going to give a loss of control there because there was never a clean break. He didn't let him square up to his feet, so it's actually going to work to Hiller's advantage. That's not a takedown. They want a takedown, but he never awarded the escape. And a little bit of a tactical error. You got to hurry up here. If you're Indian Valley, you're running out of time. You got 1 second on the clock, and it's 18-6. You're not going to get that. I think the Indian Valley coach is saying, hey, didn't he get a takedown? But no, the referee never gave you the escape.
I never saw him hold up the 1.
No, he didn't. And I kind of had a feeling because you've got to let the guy square up. There's got to be a clean break. And he never came up off his feet. He reshot immediately. Just, I understand he had a lot of time. He didn't need to rush it, and he would have got that tech fall. But as it is, I mean, it's big because Hiller saves 2 team points with that. It ends up being a major decision, and it's worth 4 instead of 5.
And we know we're going to see at least a couple forfeits here from Indian Valley. So those 2 points could be huge in the long run.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to see them forfeit Dixon possibly and McCluggage possibly. And they're waiting to see who we send out. So this is a little bit of gamesmanship here. When they flip that coin at the beginning of the match, even in odds, what that says is you've got to send your wrestler out first on the odd matches. You got to send your wrestlers out on the even matches. And Dixon not happy about this. He knows they probably could put somebody out there for him to wrestle, but they're gonna bump somebody up and have him wrestle someone else. I don't think you're going to see them wrestle McCluggage either here.
Oh, and it's starting to get a little chippy out there. Indian Valley coach wasn't happy about something that Dixon said.
Well, I'm not sure what he said, but they're going to bump their wrestler up to face Hunter McCluggage. Maybe they feel like
157-pound weight class wrestling for Indian Valley.
The boo that came from the West Holmes side of the fans when it was announced that Indian Valley would be forfeiting.
Mm-hmm. You know, I get it. You wrestle duels different, and you put your lineup in there in a position that you feel is going to help you win the duel, and you got to do that. But Well, I just think for our sport, dual meets are a great format for your crowds, and I think you need to get as many matches out there as you can. I just a believer in that. I think it's a great way to promote our sport. I don't like seeing forfeits when you don't need to have a forfeit. McCluggage is going to go out there and lock up what we call a far side cradle, a near side cradle. He's got that near leg, and this is tight. And this could backfire in Indian Valley if he can get the fall against the kid that maybe would have wrestled Dixon. And, you know, maybe Hunter McCluggage taking that a little personal. Like, oh, hey, wait a minute. I'm no slouch myself here. What are we doing?
We got his 100th career win on Saturday, picked up 5 wins on the day.
Yeah, and beat the number 12 ranked wrestler in state in Division I. So, yeah, Hunter McCluggage is having quite a season. He's obviously been to the state tournament already. Did that as a sophomore. Locks up the far side cradle of his own. He's going to get the back points for it. I don't know if he's going to pin him with it. It's a little bit of a false cradle, as we say.
It's another 4. That'll make it 11-0.
Yeah, we got 45 seconds left in this period. And it's 26-18, of course, is the team score. Indian Valley currently up by 8 points. Hunter McCluggage was a chance to cut into that deeply.
Again, our producer tonight, Natalie Holbrook, Abby Jones, our videographer, Jake Sidle, alongside Will O'Donnell. Here for our wrestling coverage on WKLM.
Yep, 10 seconds left in the period. Hunter McCluggage with both legs in here, just kind of working some arm bars, flattening his wrestler out. It's going to probably end the period at 11-0.
And first period complete at 157 pounds.
See what they do here in period number 2, but I wouldn't be surprised to see McCluggage go straight for the takedown, try to get him straight to his back.
Well, it's going to be the Braves' choice. He's coach is doing the math. He probably wants to. I'll be honest. This is tactical. He puts him on top. He doesn't care if he holds Hunter McCluggage down. He probably hopes he gives up the escape and gives up the 12-point lead. Then the takedown makes it a tech, and that's a way to shave a point. You know, you don't want to see your wrestler get pinned. You want to see him maybe only lose by, lose by a tech fall. And once he gets this takedown, that's exactly what's going to happen. It'll be a tech fall. It's 13-1. Takedown would make it 16-1 unless he can take him directly to his back, and then he would be given the opportunity for the fall. But, if I'm a coach and I'm down 11, I do that math in my head and say, how can I guarantee I don't get pinned here and instead just lose by technical fall and save myself a team point? Oh, and this is bad because he has the opportunity to go for it. Even though he's got the takedown and he would now be up by 18 points, he's allowed to go for the fall because he took him directly to his back. He's got a lot of time. He's got to get something tighter, though, than what he's got. He's got a nice deep half. I think he needs to step over top of him.
Oh, he's getting close there.
Yeah, he needs to step over top and arch your back hard. Arch hard. Look up, Hunter. Look up. Look up and flatten it down. Oh, look.
Oh, I thought he had him.
Oh, give credit to the Indian Valley wrestler showing some heart. You know you're not going to win. It's already a tech fall, but all he did was save his team a point by fighting that pin.
The winner with a 20-1 tech fall is Hunter McCluggage of West Holmes. And now makes the team score Braves 26, Knights 23.
So West Holmes within a decision as we move into, this will be 165.
Again, our coverage brought to you in part by Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Signing Supply, Roadies, IJ Marketplace, Premier Pharmacy, Homrans Insurance, and Finish Line Auto Body.
Yeah, we got Jordan Gerber here. He had a nice tournament for the Knights. I think he went maybe 3-2 on the tournament, wrestled some good wrestlers hard, but he's got the last of the bronze tonight, and this is a good-looking wrestler for Indian Valley. He's going to have his hands full. And West Holmes within striking distance, or within 3.
Braun giving up just under 10 pounds. Bumping up to 165.
Of course, Gerber, we saw him wrestle as an extra Saturday at 157, so he's bumping up a weight too. They kept Hunter McCluggage where he was. And no points awarded there. Braun was completely behind him. All you need to do is return him. And Gerber did a good job getting hand control and breaking away to avoid that takedown. Ooh, good job defending that shot. Braun looked like he still has an opportunity for it. Looked like he early on had a chance for that barrel roll, and Gerber was able to beat it, but not the second time. Got those legs in, looking for a power half here. Ooh, that's tight. There it is.
At 165 pounds,
that's going to put that lead back up to 9, 32-23. And we're going to see Cole Porter, one of the 3 seniors for the Knights, see if he gets a match here.
Looks like he will.
Of course, Cole Sr. got his 100th career win 2 weekends ago at the Berkshire Battle for the Belt, which he was one of 3 champions at.
And for West Holmes, Cole Porter.
And this right now might be the biggest match of the night so far.
Yeah, we're within 9. We need Porter to get a pin. And then we're going to see Cam McCluggage at 190. Grady Hawkins at 215.
Oh, I thought he had him straight to his
I think he
back
still
there.
does.
Ooh.
And then he's going to have the freshman tonight, Easton Ross, bumping up to heavyweight. It could all come down to that weight class. Of course, Porter with that 7-point move. The takedown right to the back. He's still got a lot of the period. It's only a minute 20 left in this period.
Wrestlers go out of bounds.
Oh, good first move there.
Got that arm bar and backside wrist. If he can flatten him out, he's got a chance to run it over. Not sure I'd waste too much more time doing this, though. If he doesn't turn him by a minute, I think I'd kick him. Start scoring my points.
About 50 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, and you know, and he's just playing defense on bottom, Cole. Over there on the edge with a couple toes in, though. He can play it safe, too. If he gets in trouble, he can just get out of bounds pretty quickly.
Now they're out.
30 seconds left. Didn't give yourself much time, though, if you want to kick him. Going to that butcher. There it is. Reach that arm under. There you go. Oh, that's going to be tight. You got those arms bundled up. Should be able to get a fall if he gets in position. I think both refs done a good job tonight, but I think both fans could probably argue that the pins that are called, man, he slaps the mat hard. I like that, but maybe he could be getting there a little quicker. But in the end, he's always gotten it. So Cole Porter, though, gets us right back into 3 with 3 weight classes left. We're going to see Cam McCluggage here at 190.
Again, our Bully Dogs towing into recovery. Man of the match going to go to the wrestler with the best performance from West Holmes tonight, or a top performance, as we'll have a forfeit win here for Camden McCluggage. They're going to get a T-shirt and a Bell Bucks gift card for the man of the match.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's going to give West Holmes their first lead of the night. 35-32 with 2 weight classes left. And we're going to see Grady Hawkins come out. West Holmes up 3.
It's going to be Garen O'Connell, I believe.
Oh, this will be Bircher, I believe.
Well, this is Jackson Bircher.
Jackson Bircher. And I got to be honest, Grady's going to have his hands full. This is a good wrestler, a kid that has gone to state a couple times for Indian Valley. Probably one of their more decorated wrestlers on this roster. Bircher in on that single leg, does a great job just turning that corner. He's going to kick Hawkins out right away. We saw some battles over the last few years with our own Grant Miller and Bircher throughout the years, and they just were some slugfests that went down to the wire every time. Of course, Grant Miller, state qualifier last year for West Holmes, now helping out a little bit in that wrestling room with these guys.
Is he running the scoreboard tonight?
He is. Yep, he's down there running the clock, but he's been out in that room working with these upper weights, trying to help them out, going to college at Ashland and making the trek back over to the room and working out. Of course, we're a minute in. It's still 3-1 Bircher. He had that opening takedown. Another good sweep single there.
Takedown, Bircher of Indian Valley.
Gonna make it 6-1.
Picked up a stalling warning, and that's when they were up on their feet as well.
Ooh, good lift. Ooh. That's why we keep saying you got to have hand control when you come up, man. You do not want to get lifted like that. And Bircher did the right thing. He kind of cut away and didn't slam it. But he's up 6-1. We got about 25 seconds left in the period.
$15 now in the period.
Of course, West Holmes still up by 3, and it's one of those situations where, boy, if Hawkins can lose maybe by a major and not by a pin or a tech fall, that really would be huge for the Knights because it would make it a one-point match, something that the freshman Ross could overcome with just a decision victory.
Jackson Bircher of Indian Valley, 6-1 advantage on Brady Hawkins of West
So Hawkins going to defer here.
They defer, Bircher choosing bottom.
Of course, we've seen Grady. Probably one of the strengths of his wrestling is to stop wrestling. Let's see if he can get some type of breakdown here and try to work something against Bircher. Bircher does a nice job getting right up to his feet. You can see the technique there. Great hand control, great cutaway to square up. And once again, people at home listening, watching, are getting treated to another classic duel between West Holmes and Indian Valley. We said we thought this thing was going to be extremely close, extremely competitive. There's been one or two swing matches, and we'll see if that ends up being what decides it.
Potentially dangerous.
See that potentially dangerous there. He had a leg in, and once that bottom wrestler kind of comes back up off the mat to their feet, they're going to stop that for the safety of both of them.
Another improper lineup caution against West Holmes.
I think if I was Coach Vaughn, I might make him run a sprint for every time that's happened tonight. Send a message.
Sounds like you're going to have a conversation with Coach Vaughn.
Yeah, I'll see him in the morning. The guys are probably not going to want me to have that conversation.
I'll make sure they know who had that conversation. I'm going to make sure they know it wasn't me.
Trust me, they'll know. And I'll hear about it. Okay, still 10-1 here. We got a minute left in the second. Bircher got that reversal. Working there over on the edge. Grady's just got to be smart here and protect himself. Bircher hasn't thrown that cradle that a lot of his teammates have thrown. He's kind of thrown the legs and tried to work some stuff that way. Here it comes again.
Wrestlers go out of bounds.
We're going to go back to the center here. 10-1, 34 seconds to go.
It's a 9-point lead right now.
Yep, that would be a major. So that'd be 14 points if it stayed in that range. So it'd be 36-35 Indian Valley if that was the way it ended up. So we'd go into that heavyweight match with the freshman Ross bumping up tonight with West Holmes down a point. Effectively, any type of decision for Ross would be a victory for the dual meet.
Bottom guys got to do something.
Whew. Okay, Hawkins is going to get a point. Bircher got called for grabbing the headgear there. That's going to make it 10-2.
If he can get an escape point here, that'll get it back to a normal decision.
Yeah. And it's going to be Hawkins' choice here in the third period. See what West Holmes does. I know he's strongest on top, but you might want to put him on bottom with that intent. Bircher hasn't shown me that he can turn him. He's gotten the takedowns in the reversal, but he's yet to turn Hawkins. I think I'd put him down.
The other option you can have there is if he can get a quick reversal here, he might have a chance to work something himself.
Yeah, well, it's 10-2, so he's keeping himself in this, and I know what Coach Vaughn's thinking. Let's get that escape, and let's try to get this thing back to just a decision. That would make the match 35-35 going into the final match. Kind of coming across that face with that cross face. Hawkins kind of passing that hand to the other side, crawling towards the edge a little bit. He knows if he wrestles over there and gets in trouble, he can kind of maybe hip himself out of bounds, kind of give himself a safety. Can hear some of the Indian Valley fans asking for a stalling call. Hey, I get it.
He already has one warning. It was given in the first period.
Yeah, if he gets
I think that's the first time I've seen a stalling warning given at neutral.
Yeah, it's been a while, especially that early in the match. I think Bircher's going to kick him out here. Bircher getting a little frustrated, you can tell. I think he thought this was going to come a little easier than it has. And it's 10-3 here with a minute left. He's slick on his feet. I'll tell you what, I think if he wrestles on his feet, he's going to blow this match open. And I think he needs to do a couple more of those, frankly.
Take down Bircher, Indian Valley.
That's going to make it 13-4.
Give Hawkins some credit there. He got kicked right around back into him, trying to get something going.
Yeah, it's a 9-point match here. You want to fight this off and don't get tech fell. I think if you're Bircher, you need about 3 takedowns to try to get the tech fall here. It's going to make it 16-4. 12-point lead. There's a warning for stalling. That's going to be a point to Bircher. Now it's 17-14. He's going to kick him.
Explain to me how that's stalling. It looks like he's trying to get up to me.
He gets this takedown, it'll be a tech, and it is.
And takedown, Bircher.
That makes it 20-5.
Indian Valley, and that will wrap things up.
So with 6 seconds left, he does get that extra point for his team. So that's 5 points. That'll make it 37-35. Still within striking distance if you're Ross. All you need is a normal decision.
So when I say that, I'm actually asking for the explanation there.
Oh, well, you know what? Really what Hawkins was doing, he grabbed that hand to protect himself from a cradle, but he just kind of laid there on his stomach. He wasn't really trying to work up. And I get it. He didn't want to get turned because he's trying to protect that lead. And Bircher did a good job, too, in making it look pretty obvious. He kind of acted like he was trying to pull his hand back and nothing was happening, and the ref rightly recognized it and called the stalling call on the bottom man. And the whole match comes down to this. We got Ross, the freshman, small heavyweight, normally our 215-pounder, he and Hawkins, but with Sowers unable to wrestle, Ross gets the call and he bumps up.
So let's see here.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's got some butterflies going. He just needs to be patient, stay within himself. Ross can do some really good things. We've seen that. Uh-oh. Okay. Gives up that first takedown.
This is Corbin Robinson weighed in at 228.
Yeah, and Ross probably weighed in right around 215. Yep. So not a huge amount of weight. I mean, it's 13 pounds, but I'm not sure of the age difference. Ross, just a freshman, gave up the opening takedown. Robinson trying to lock up a cradle there on the out of bounds. Ross was kind of building his base, and he just kind of punched that cradle. Ross able to break the cradle. He's relocking it, though. You got to catch that hand. There he goes. He's got that hand. Passes it to the other side of his head. Got about 30 seconds left in the period. It's just been the one takedown so far, so it's 3-0 Indian Valley.
And again, it all comes down to heavyweight. How many times have we said that?
Yep, I think it's the same way last year. I think it came down to heavyweight last year. I think it was Dylan Sowers who went out there and got the win for West Holmes. And Ross with a chance for a walk-off here himself. And I expect nothing less from a West Holmes Indian Valley dual meet.
5 seconds in the period.
Ross just needs to hang in here. He gave up that one takedown, kind of got out of position, got caught up in the upper body situation, and had to bail. We'll see who has choice here. Ross is going to defer.
West Holmes choice for second period. They defer.
Going to go neutral, it looks like.
Okay. Ross with an opportunity here. Takedown will tie it up.
I'd agree, that's probably the right idea. We've seen Ross do some great things on top.
Yeah. And Ross will have choice in the third, so if he can knot this match up at 3, he'd be the one with choice. You got to be careful. You could get a couple more push-outs like that and get you a stall warning. Maybe even a flea in the mat.
I think that's what Coach Vaughn was asking for down in the corner.
Oh, Ross in decent position with that underhook. You got to be careful, under control. Ross likes that underhook, and when he gets in that tie-up, he likes to hit that shuck. Kind of punches that elbow across, tries to shuck the guy and get behind him. Saw him do that in the one of his victories Saturday.
Vaughn asking for the stall warning again.
Oh, got hip toss, got square up. He had an opportunity, I think, to kind of build his base and square up, maybe not give that up. But now he's down 6-0. Trying that switch right to a stand-up. That's a good little series. Tell you what, Ross just needs one good takedown. He's had opportunities here, I think, with the underhook, like right there. I'd go back to that underhook and keep good head position and be ready for that whiz or be ready for that hip toss.
Coach Vaughn saying that's the third time he's kind of dove out of bounds there.
Yeah, he hasn't even got a stalling call yet. Got to finish this, Ross. Bring it in. There you go. He drops to the ankle. He's got a foot in. He's got a foot in. Crowd didn't like that one. Coach Vaughn wanted stalling. He wanted flea in the mat. He wanted the takedown. He didn't get any of them.
You know, I think he might have an argument. I thought he had a foot in there.
I thought he did too. I got to be honest, but that's all right. That was a nice little setup by Ross to see if he can get back in position. I like to see him go to that underhook.
Finally got the stalling call.
Yeah, we got a warning. That's the first. Second one would be a point. Ross just got to be under control here. Go back to that underhook. Look to jack up a single leg from that underhook.
Got 20 seconds left in the period.
Boy, a takedown would be big if he could secure it.
Oh no, he rolled it.
I'll tell you, Ross had it as he was going down. Indian Valley wrestler just kind of used his momentum to kind of throw him as hard as he could. That's what 15 extra pounds I think will do for you in a weight. Still a lot of match. If you're Ross, I think I'd stay.
I think he's going to go.
He's going to go top. All right, all right. Let's see what he does. If he can break him down, he's got a chance to turn him. He is good at it.
He already has one stalling warning too.
Yep. He's got an 8-point lead. And stalling warnings aren't going to win this for you. You're going to have to pin him.
Oh, got him.
Well, he's got to jump sides. He was chinning him back, and there's a little moment there where you've got to jump sides with your hips so that you can get in position. Now he's got him flattened out. Got to work a half or something, or that butcher. Going to a power half. He's got a chance. Keep running it. Flatten him out. Run it, Ross. He's got the wrist. He's got the wrist. Indian Valley coach wanted a full Nelson. He might have. I didn't see it. I know he had a backside wrist, and that's what you want when you get a half. Because if you can turn a guy with that, it's all over.
He's got 1 minute and 5 seconds.
You're going to get a stalling warning, but you'll take that if you're Indian Valley. It's only 9-2. Stalling warnings aren't going to decide it. He just needs to not get pinned, and he knows it. We're down to 55 seconds in the period. Ross got a half again. Crowd wants him to run it. He's got to kind of snap it. As he runs, he's got to snap it right to left. Oh, the full Nelson. There it was. That'll be a technical violation. It'll be 1 point. That'll go to Indian Valley. Be back up 10-2. Right now they got a major. This ended this way. It'd be 41-35.
They're going to go neutral.
Well, I think he's going to pounce. I think he's going to pounce on him. I don't think he's going to kick him. I think he's going to try to just pounce on him and see if he can get some momentum. There it is, chin back. Got to jump sides.
Oh, come on.
Boy, that's something that he can work on. It's an easy thing to do. You just got to know how to do it. Got 20 seconds left as this winds down.
He's getting tired underneath.
Back up to his feet. Got 12 seconds left.
Oh, and he just took a head off the hardwood. You hate to see that.
Yeah, I think he's okay, though, luckily. That's good. That's why you want those bigger matches. You want people to better wrestle on the edge. But, of course, those are the things you don't want to see happen. Ross is going to try to pounce one more time to see if he can turn him.
He's got 12 seconds to work.
Not a lot of time, even if you do turn him. Right out front for a cement mixer. And he does. Let's see if he can get the fall. He's got 5,
he's got him.
4, 3, 2,
How does he
1. Time. And it's over, but the ref can't hear the buzzer. The ref can't hear the buzzer. It's all right. No, they won't get that. Unfortunately, Ross doesn't realize that the clock expired a good 5-6 seconds. I just don't think anybody with all the screaming and cheering could hear the buzzer. So no, unfortunately, Ross, that was a great effort and a great job turning him at the end, but no, he's only going to get 4 back points, and that's the right call. Definitely the right call.
I thought he had him before the buzzer. I just don't think the official could see it.
Well, and he's been a little slow. He's called pins, but he's been a little slow to call it maybe, and in that case, we just didn't have enough time with 12 seconds. He turned him like we wanted. He did exactly what Coach Vaughn asked, but not enough time on the clock. He needed about another 5-10 seconds, I think, to secure it. And no shame for that young man. He gave it all, left it on the mat for West Holmes.
That's a tough way to lose it if you're West Holmes. But again, our coverage today brought to you in part by Critchfield Law Firm, the Commercial and Savings Bank, Denco Marketing, Home Siding Contractors, Holmes Wayne Electric, Kaufman Realty and Auctions, Pomerane Hospital, Millersburg Electric, Keim Home Center and Charm, Millersburg Tire Service, MRV Siding Supply, Rody's IJ Marketplace, Premier Pharmacy, Hombrans Insurance, and Finish Line Auto Body. And we gotta give out our Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery Man of the Match, and it's gonna go tonight. We're gonna go with Gabe Umstead.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. Swing matches. We're maybe going to decide this thing, and that was one where Gabe was winning, barely by decision. It couldn't have went either way. He was losing most of the match, and he battled back, and of all things, he got the pin right there at the end of the period to get West Holmes back on track. So Gabe Umstead, the junior, getting our man of the match tonight.
So Gabe Umstead going to get a T-shirt and a $25 Bell Bucks gift card courtesy of our friend JB over at Bully Dogs Towing and Recovery. They're doing a fantastic job having him on for, they did Defensive Player of the Game for football and doing the Man of the Match for wrestling. Will, any final thoughts on this one? It's a tough way to lose that one. 5 seconds more, and West Holmes could have walked away with the win.
And these are the ones, these are the ones that keep you up at night as a coach, because you got to go back over it in your head. But I thought it was well wrestled by both teams. Both teams wrestled hard. It was what we expected it to be. We came out on the short end, but I think we saw some good things once again from these young wrestlers.
And we'll be back in action Saturday for the state dual meet. We'll be on the air for that one about 10 minutes before our first match. Will and I will have that one for you right here on the WKLM YouTube channel, and a great way to prepare for that tonight.
Yeah, that'll be some great wrestling. We'll start off with Sheridan, and hopefully it's us and Miami Trace in that battle for first.
Thank you to our producer tonight, Natalie Holbrook. I guess she did a good job. Kidding, she always does a great job. Great to have Natalie out here. Abby doing a great job on the camera as well, Abby Jones. So thank you so much for all your guys' help. Will, always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
Final score in this dual meet, it was 40-35. Indian Valley squeaks out the win. For Will O'Donnell, Natalie Holbrook, and Abby Jones, I'm Jake Sidle signing off, reminding you to stay safe and healthy. And we'll see you tomorrow here on WKLM. Have a great night, everyone.
Tonight's broadcast has been a production of WKLM Radio and Claxon Communications.